If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Loves on the Road subscribers and followers. You know, believe it or not, I think the most frequent question I get is, what about bears? What about bears? What about bears? I mean, I get the bear question, I bet, 10 times a week. And, you know, me being me, I don't want to ever answer the question the same way twice, because I thought about, well, why don't I just type my answer out, copy and paste it every time someone asks? But, you know, me, I want to have a personalized little thing with all the spelling errors and the grammatical errors and the punctuation errors. So I spend an enormous amount of time answering the same question over and over and over and over again. Now, I have done a video way back when we were still doing our trial run on bear safety, and I'll put the video right here. Right here. Now, what I did there was I literally read the National Forest rules on bear safety. So, you know, I feel like that as long as you follow the rules, you know, you're going to be okay. So, let's talk about bears. Black bears. I don't want to talk about grizzlies. I mean, I can talk about them for a few seconds. Grizzly bears are nasty. Okay? Be on guard. They will attack you. I don't know what it takes to provoke an attack, but they're very probable to attack you. They don't want you in their space. They don't like you. So stay away from them. That being said, let's talk about black bears. Black bears, and I don't remember, but I Googled it. I don't remember if it was 1900 or 1903, but either way, it was only 3 years difference. When that article was written, there has been 66 black bear attacks since that time. 66. That's definitely less than one a year. Now, since then, there has been an attack in Colorado, I believe. Some kid was sleeping under the stars. I mean, he wasn't even in a tent, and a bear came up and got him. He had to get stitches. He poked the bear in the eye, and it ran off. And they say that they're going to go and kill it and do tests on him and figure out why he didn't attack. But attacks are very rare. Now, I've read another article that the black bear has been around since the saber-toothed tiger. And the reason the saber-toothed tiger is not around and black bears are is because the saber-toothed tiger liked to eat people. Well, apparently people like to eat the saber-toothed tiger too. The bear, on the other hand, the black bear, was smart enough to know, wait a minute, if I don't eat the people, they won't eat me. So they've been very good at staying away from humans. They don't like humans. They don't want to be around humans. There is an exception to that, though. If a bear has been fed, it will come looking for food. It will stop hunting. As a matter of fact, when we were in Kentucky, Daniel Boone National Forest, we read a sign that says, a fed bear is a dead bear. And because they'll start interfering with, you know, humans. But let's talk about bear safety again, just briefly. Yes, I know that I live in a pop-up camper. And occasionally I am going to be in bear country. Not all the time, but we have been in bear country for almost 2 months now. And we have not had a problem with one bear. Not one. As far as being in the campsite themselves, we haven't even seen a bear. But if you just follow the rules, you'll be okay. And sometimes I think the rules are even a little bit extreme. So we put all our food in the truck. Keep it locked up. So even if they do smell food, they're not going to be able to get any. So they're not going to be interested. you try to keep the smells out of your camper. Now that's hard to do considering that we live in our camper. There are times that we have to cook. And I know I'm going to get all kinds of comments, don't cook in your pop-up. We have to. We live in it. And for those of you that are going to live in your pop-up, you're going to find that you're going to have to cook in your pop-up. There's just going to be those times. People say, well, why don't you put out your awning? Okay, let's put out our awning. You know, let's say there's 30-mile-an-hour winds, and we'll cook underneath that until the awning gets blown away. So no, I mean, it's just not feasible to always be able to cook outside. This is your home. That being said, you take extra precautions to try to open up the windows so the ventilation goes out. Make sure that you clean your area very well. Look, some of the National Forest signs say don't even eat or sleep. Don't go into your camper, your tent, in the same clothes that you eat in. Well, that's pretty extreme. And I don't think anybody really follows that rule. So, now, let's talk about pop-up campers. There are more tent campers in these national forests, these free sites, than campers. We were at a campsite just Wolf Gap. Everybody was a tent camper. Everybody was a tent camper. We were the only ones with any type of camper. And I'm telling you, these guys were eating, they were drinking their alcohol. You know, all these flavors that the bear could smell, nothing. No bears. You know why? They don't like people. They just don't like people. I am telling you, utilize the bear safety program. Don't feed the bears. Just don't feed them. So the only bear that Carolyn and I have seen was a bear 15 miles away from a campsite. Nowhere near that. It was in the middle of the road, next to a trash can, next to a house. Okay? It is obvious what had happened. He was eating food out of the trash can. So these are local people that are not securing their food. So people in the campgrounds, on the other hand, I've noticed all try to do some of the rules. They're not that concerned about it. You know, they've lived in these areas all their lives, and they're not concerned about leaving their cooler out. Yes, the bear is going to be able to get in the cooler, but I haven't seen it. So, look, am I worried about bears? I am worried about bears just as much as I'm worried about a snake on a trail. I use caution. I follow the safety rules. But eventually, you know, you're going to see a snake. Don't step on it. Don't pick on it. Don't do anything to make it want to bite you. And the same with a bear. Eventually, you're going to see a bear. We saw a bear. It wasn't at the campsite. But, you know, just follow the safety procedures. Look, I actually have met a guy. His name's Will. He's a subscriber now. He was a tent camper. He is a wildlife specialist. He specializes in snakes, believe it or not. But I guess he did some fish things too. I don't know. Anyway, he's a subscriber now, and he was talking about his boss. Came up and started. His boss was sleeping in a tent, and a bear came up and started sniffing around his tent. And she just tapped the tent, and the bear ran off. One of the things that I think may help, we've been doing, I don't know if it helps or not, but you may want to give it a try, is we play music off the phone, just real lightly. Of course, I wear earplugs, and it doesn't bother Carolyn. And my thought is, again, I'm not saying that this is a bear safety program, it's just something that I decided to do. My thought is it's hearing human voices. It doesn't like humans, so it may stay away. And I got the idea from my dad. He did it for his cornfields. The deer would come up and eat his corn. So he would put a radio out there, covered up with a bucket, and play it all night, and the deer wouldn't eat his food. So that's where I got the idea. Again, I don't know if it works. I haven't ever seen a bear to even suspect that a bear is even listening to the music. But I thought any type of noise might deter a bear from coming up. Anyway, so I hope that kind of answers the question again. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.